One thing that I was taught when I was growing up, when you do something, you always do it right the first time. Then you will never regret what you've done when you do it right. I'd been living in Minnesota for 23 years, and when I came back a year before my wife Lois did. So I had some free time, and one of my brothers suggested that you get involved with the community. And I did some projects at the fairgrounds, and then started getting involved with Oregon Tech. And the more I was around Oregon Tech and the students, the more involved I got, because I was so impressed with not only the students themselves, but the quality of classwork that they have and how inspiring they are to other people.
John and Lois's giving started simply. They showed up and saw exactly what Oregon Tech students were capable of.
We made sure we were here for some basketball games and softball games. And I'd never been a softball fan, and Lois had no idea about softball. And we came to a softball game. And when I did, I just thought, you know, I was a baseball player, never been around softball. But when I saw the girls, the way they played, their ability was amazing. And I truly got hooked. And Lois loved it.
That belief grew into financial support for a new building on the Klamath Falls campus, the Martha Ann Dow Center for Health Professions, named for Oregon Tech's 5th president. It was a project that would soon hold a much deeper meaning for Lois.
When the project started, this is when we first started getting really involved with Oregon Tech as far as donations and raising money and connecting people with certain people at Oregon Tech to help boost the funds coming in. And as Lois progressed in her cancer, and I don't know who it was that first contacted me, but they decided that we were going to take, or they were going to take and name one of the classrooms after her. That was on a Thursday or Friday, and she died Sunday morning. But she was a tough lady and a good lady.
After Lois passed, John committed to keeping her spirit alive in a game she'd come to love through a new softball field. Today, the John and Lois Stillwell Stadium, a first-rate softball complex, carries her belief in these students into every season.
When you have a student athlete, and I emphasize student first because that's the most important part, but when they are able to manage their time, their ups and downs, winning and losing. If I were hiring and we had 2 people of equal quality, I would hire the student athlete anytime because it's truly a winner.
The Stillwell's belief in student athletes is a thread that runs through Oregon Tech's story, one relationship at a time. Just ask Athletic Director John Van Dyke and his longtime golfing partner and enthusiastic Oregon Tech supporter, Glenn Tomet.
Yeah, by the 4th hole, 5th hole, 6th hole, we're talking family. 7th, 8th, 9th hole, we're talking athletics and a little more deeper on family. And about the 14th hole, he says to me, John, what do you need in your athletic department? I don't know if you remember this, Glenn, but I do. And I thought, well, that's a great ask. I'm thinking, yeah, baseball. They could use a little more travel fund, $1,000. That'd be great. Appreciate it. Maybe pay for the round. And then Glenn says to me, no, John, what do you really need? And think about that question, because I did. And whatever you say after what do you really need is pretty significant. And so I shot for the moon. I said, well, we really need is a field house.
Glenn and Sherry Tomet made a transformative $1 million lead gift to build a new athletic field house at Oregon Tech. Their generosity launched a $3.5 million campaign, the first Oregon Tech facility fully funded by donors. The building carries a name close to their hearts, the Kip Tomet Memorial Fieldhouse, honoring their son, an avid outdoorsman who passed away in 2019. Glenn and Sherry also support 2 endowed scholarships for student athletes.
And so this facility is just going to be incredibly valuable as a training tool for our athletes. I mean, we have a lot of athletes with a lot of potential, and I think this facility could help unlock that for a lot of people with a little bit of extra training time.
For Deidre and Tom Thompson, giving back became a family tradition, one rooted in scholarships and building what comes next.
Both my brothers went to Oregon Tech, and I'm the little sister, and they both credited their successful careers with the education that they received at Oregon Tech. My oldest brother passed away in 2008, and I always have trouble with this part. He left some money and asked me to do something good with it. And he talked about Oregon Tech with such high regard that we decided to give the money that he left to Oregon Tech. And
in 3 scholarships, endowed scholarships.
So there's 3 William A. Olson Jr. scholarships, and then out of honor to him, we made a contribution, and he has a room and seat named after him.
That gift was just the beginning. Dee went on to serve 16 years on the Oregon Tech Foundation's board of directors, including terms as its president.
Every time we talk to the students, they knock it out of the ballpark.
We particularly like coming down for the scholarship banquet.
Yeah.
Usually we get to sit with the scholarship students and get to talk to them intimately, and they are ever so grateful for all of the donors that show up and stuff. That's really a nice statement about the students that come here.
I say it's a better than Christmas.
The Thompsons didn't stop there. They stepped up again with a $1 million leading gift toward Oregon Tech's future medical school, believing better healthcare access could raise the human condition for an entire region.
The need for a medical school is, for rural,
compelling.
Yes, it's very compelling, and it's hard to argue with the facts. So there's a need, let's meet it. The students that graduate from here can improve their own human condition by having a good job, being able to afford a good life, raise a family,
give back to the community.
And give back to the community. The health program will raise the human condition of the region, at least, and probably other rural areas as well. So that also raises the condition of human beings. The employment that will happen with respect to medical facilities in particular, that will raise the human condition. And I think people are just happier when they're successful, and they can be successful with a degree at Oregon Tech.